More showcase featherweight action now. Jason Knight, Bobby Moffett, the Kid versus the Wolfman.
All right, Hard Rock, let's get the next fighters to the cage. First, Bobby Moffett.
You know, the buck stops with Bobby Moffett. I really got to mean that, guys. You talk about a cage fighter. Throw out the mixed martial arts. Throw out all the colored belts. You talk about somebody that gets in the cage when the referee says, are you ready to fight? And he says, yes, for me, Bobby Moffett is that guy.
Bobby Moffett, his last fight against a very talented, nasty Bubba Jenkins, Moffett gave him all he could handle.
His opponent, Jason Knight.
Jason Knight coming to us out of Mississippi as a jiu-jitsu practitioner, 22 victories on his record. 15 of those victories come by way of submission. So I would venture a guess that you're gonna see Jason Knight try and get this fight to the ground and put it where he's comfortable.
I saw Jason at the elevator yesterday. He said, Chael, go tell the audience something nice about me. I said, Jason, is there anything nice about you? He goes, you know what? He goes, tell him that instead. I said, deal, and walked away. True story.
There's Jason Knight on his knees, perhaps beseeching a higher power. And here's our tale of the tape. Bobby Moffett, 2 years older. Jason Knight is an inch taller, and yet Bobby Moffett with a 4-inch reach advantage. Lillian Garcia starts the action.
Welcome back to the PFL Smart Cage, where we continue the action in the featherweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he is a jiu-jitsu practitioner. Standing at 5'10", he officially weighs in at 148 1/4 pounds. In 20 professional bouts, he has a record of 13 wins, 6 losses, and 1 no contest, with 9 victories by way of stoppage. Fighting out of Homewood, Illinois, here is Bobby Wolfman Moffett. His opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he is also a jiu-jitsu practitioner. Sitting at 5'11", he officially weighs in at 145 3/4 pounds. In 28 professional bouts, this veteran has an impressive record of 22 wins and 6 losses with 18 victories by way of stoppage. Fighting out of Bluestone, Mississippi, here is Jason the Kid Knight. Your referee in charge, Larry Folsom.
Larry Folsom equipped the ref cam. He will oversee the action. Jason Knight in the green trunks, Bobby Moffett in the black and gray.
Ready? You ready? Go!
Touch of the gloves, and we are underway for another featherweight showcase affair. Jason Knight stepping in behind that pawing jab.
Both athletes like to list themselves as jiu-jitsu fighters, but if you look at their record, it tells a bit of a different story. Plenty of knockouts spread around this cage.
For all his jiu-jitsu prowess, Jason Knight took a brief hiatus from mixed martial arts to go try out some bare-knuckle boxing. So not a whole lot of jiu-jitsu there. Low calf kick compromises the balance of Knight there. Bobby Moffett tests one up high as well.
You'll notice with Knight, you know, he's got this length, he's got this height, he's lean for the weight class, but a lot of guys don't know how to use that. Knight does. Knight knows how to keep that distance, and he knows how to take it away.
Moffett continues to lead his combinations with kicks. Dives down for a double leg here.
Knight's got opportunity if he can get those hips back. He's gonna have to spin and get those hips back.
Knight on the back and north-south.
You'll notice that Moffett's head is trapped between the legs. He needs to push that knee off and get his head clear. Take a look at this, guys. I want to show you right here. This is the head. This head has got to come through the hole. He wants to bring it right over this hip. By the way, while I'm here, guys, Hello, Mom. I'm learning that. What? Huh? You gotta give a shout out? You tell me what you do in my spot.
Oh, topside triangle.
Yep.
Inverted. Wow.
Randy, how can he manipulate that arm? Has he got to reach underneath and pull that wrist across?
It's about getting the right hip position to apply that groin or hamstring muscle to one carotid and be able to create the leverage to drive his shoulder into that other carotid.
Only 3 minutes left. Moffett's going to find himself in a real predicament here. Unless Knight's, because you can fatigue yourself. You can really fatigue your own legs right here. Knight needs to keep this lock while staying relaxed. A little easier said than done.
Moffett now trying to stack up, shake Knight off the top.
This is going to go from bad to worse, Sean, if he keeps sitting like this.
Well, I'll tell you what, one of the really unfortunate things about being underneath in a situation like this is you don't often drill being caught in a position as unorthodox as this. So the defense is not as instinctual sometimes.
And believe it or not, if Moffett can freeze the position right here, he'll be safer than any other spot. He sits back, he's going to get his ribs worked. He comes over top, he's going to get finished. He needs to run the clock out here or get Knight to give up on the position.
Moffett trying to work his own left arm back, and this is what you were talking about. Now Knight stepping up over, trying to grab the left wrist of Bobby Moffett, pull his arm across, because that creates the pressure you were talking about, Randy. If he can get his left arm across the face, then the deltoid starts to press on that left carotid.
Absolutely. He needs that proper angle with his hips to apply pressure on both sides of that neck to create the squeeze.
These are big punches to the lower ribs from Knight on top. 90 seconds still to work from here.
My goodness, Randy, do you remember when Phil Baroni was training with us and Phil would do that to the body shot? You could hear he would dig in even in practice. I haven't heard a body shot hurt like that since we were in the back room and Baroni was dropping those. I think on the late, great Evan Tanner, if I remember correctly.
That's correct. It's what got my attention, too.
Moffett able to work out.
Move.
Moffett broke the body lock, peeled the leg off, and now they're back on their feet with 1 minute remaining in the first round.
Moffett should feel very good about that. That was a mental exercise to be tough. He withstood it.
I think Knight's shaking his legs out, trying to get some blood flowing after being locked on there for so long.
Knight uncorks it. 1-2. One to the body. Little blood trickling from the face of Bobby Moffett. Maybe a small cut under the left eye.
Couple good shots there by Moffett to finish out the round.
Moffett definitely moving forward now.
Inside of 30 seconds here. Moffett pressing the action here at the tail end of the first round. Landed a hook. And a body kick.
Nice
that
body.
hurt him.
That dug in for sure.
And now Bobby Moffett going to work. Grabs a clinch and a knee as we finish the round with these two dirty boxing against the barrier. Round 2 ahead.
Here you go, here's the double leg, second effort. Moffett in on the shot, but Knight taking advantage of the situation. He gets control with that inverted triangle, and he just wears out the kidneys of Moffett from that top position. I think he's putting a period on that tattoo. And here's Moffett coming on strong at the end of the round.
That's what we call a receipt, Randy. That's called getting even. You came after my body, I'm coming after yours.
Ready? Ready?
Jason Knight in the green trunks, Bobby Moffett in the black and gray, the second of 3 5-minute rounds in featherweight showcase action.
And hey, those body shots are no joke, guys. That's not just to give you guys at home a laugh. You can see how Moffett is moving right now. He's favoring that side. He's pushing through it, but he's feeling that in his midsection.
Fighter performance rating presented by Rich Energy favored Knight in that first round, but Bobby Moffett roared back at the tail end of the round to score pretty well himself.
Let's see if Moffett can keep that momentum going that he generated at the end of that first round.
Moffett wants to get this fight to the ground, guys, but I think he should maybe second-guess that strategy. He does a good job on his feet when he's active. If he's not taking control, right, the best offense is a good defense, and I will tell you, the best defense is a good offense. When Moffett isn't staying busy, that's when Knight's attacking him. That scored.
Nice kick there, goes up high for Moffett. And a knee to the body. He's able to move off the center line with even in close. Now he's down on a single leg here.
Head inside single by Moffett. Triangle attempt by Knight. Moffett savvy enough to pull himself out of the situation.
I would argue a tactical error, Randy. I do not think Knight needed to pull guillotine there. It did not look like he's going to get it, particularly with the fence being there, and now he has lost position.
Agree 100%, Chael.
Live odds moving in the favor of Bobby Moffett. He finds himself in the half mount.
That knee, OCD on the knee, push it to the mat. That's how you're going to get the pass.
Jason Knight trying to grab a butterfly with his own right leg. Moffett settling into some work.
A little payback on the kidneys there by Moffett. Said, oh, you want to put a period on my tattoo? How about I put a period on your tattoo?
How about that?
Knight's saying something. I can't tell if he's talking to Moffett or the referee, but Knight is verbalizing something.
It looked like he was talking to the ref.
Joe, you can see that clearly because of the ghost cam. Brand new technology in the PFL that eliminates the chain link. We're actually looking through the smart cage right now, but you can't tell.
Greenberg was very proud of that, and I was impressed when he showed me that. Guys, I do want to talk about this position. My guess is that Knight's telling the referee, bring us up, nothing's happening. He's got an argument. If Moffett wants to do damage from a ground and pound, he needs to sit up. He needs to create space. We call that posturing up so that you can pound hard. I don't know that Moffett does want to pound. I believe he wants to pass, which is why his head is staying low.
Knight works his way back to his feet. And look, let's be honest. If you're asking the referee to stand you up, it's far from likely that the referee is going to take those instructions.
Whoa, Moffett with the big double. Tries to pull the slam off. That's a pretty sticky Jason Knight, though. He wasn't followed too much for that.
Knight's got his left leg high up here for a lockdown. He'll try with enough flexibility to pull his own shin across the throat of Bobby Moffett.
Knight's got good flexibility. Look, the only thing that Moffett can't do is sit up in that position. He can't let there be any space, and he's not. Moffett is driving his head forward, and that's what's stopping Bobby.
He really needs to put it in reverse, Moffett does, and rip out of that position and then come right back in on top and get a better position. That mission control can be very difficult to deal with if you haven't spent a lot of time there.
Going to see a pass here, Randy. If he can stack him, and he does, he needs to pick a side and turn him.
Front quarter Nelson by Moffett.
I believe I'm seeing Moffett strategically kind of doing some math in his head, and the math looks like this. I'm down around. If I can stay on top and keep control, I can even things up, and we're about looking good next round.
He can punch, if he can peel Knight's head underneath, he can punch his left arm through for a Darce attempt, but Knight is able to recover. And with those long, flexible legs, now he's got the body lock, closing his own guard. He'll try and turn on an arm bar here. Moffett able to square the hips back up to negate it.
Moffett is crowding. All of his defense has to do with crowding to stop space. I like what Randy said. Big movement, pull out. That way when you return, you've got the opportunity to pound a little bit.
Here's that go-go-plata.
It's almost got his shin in position. You see him get that shin over the shoulder, under the chin, and he'll lock on that head.
He switches into a triangle. Didn't have enough time for the go-go-plata.
Looks like it might be tight. He might run out of time.
It's tight, but no time and no ability to get the right arm of Moffett across his own face. Nice transition in the submission attempts there. We'll stay here for the break. Jason Knight getting a drink. Bobby Moffett sits on the stool for a little Zen breathing. Here comes some replays, Chael.
Right hand by Moffett, guys. I thought Moffett did a good job on his feet. I realize that Knight's controlling range, but when Moffett let things go, and all of his strikes had to do with getting it to the ground for this position. Look, Knight's telling the referee he's not doing anything, bring me up. Easier argument to make when you're in full guard. This is the second attempt. What goes up? Basic gravity, gentlemen. What goes up must come down, and Knight cooperated just a little bit. Knight was happy to be in this position, thought he could find a submission. 4 minutes later, round comes to an end, and now you've got to leave it to the judges. Are they going to favor attempts or position?
Jason Knight in the green trunks, Bobby Moffett in the black and gray, third of 3 5-minute rounds.
I've got this 1 round apiece.
FPR says it's Moffett by a strong margin in round 2. Chael, you're right. Bobby Moffett doing a great job here on the feet. He landed a body kick, a nice sharp one to the low calf. PFL, regular season, playoffs and a championship playoff action. Semifinals later tonight in this division, featherweight and at light heavyweight, as Moffett grabs the Thai plum and gets 1 knee for it.
And you have to believe it to see it, not see it to believe it. Your eyes are lying to you. While Knight looks to be more dynamic and a little more fluid, Moffett is scoring. There's no air balls coming in the striking department by Bobby Knight. He needs to scramble here. This is going to be a big deal. If he can defend this takedown, he's going to take a lot out of Knight morally. This is a lot of effort. Knight needs this.
He climbs right up on to the back, the old Mississippi backpack. Bobby Moffett trying to roll out of it, and he's able to.
Huge exchange.
Nice little fat man roll by Moffett to change the position.
That is a huge exchange. Moffett did not want to be on bottom. Knight just used a lot of energy. And why this looks clever, and you're at home going, I don't know what he's doing here. Let me tell you what he's not doing. He's not going to finish the fight from this position. I'm talking about Knight. He's going to need to advance this.
Can you call it a fat man roll when it's featherweights pulling it off, Randy?
It's still the technique.
Names matter, Sean, right? He's not making these names up. That's what it's called.
You gotta call it something else.
That's
Look
interesting.
At that facial frame from Bobby Moffett.
I'm not sure if this is just a lockdown attempt by Knight to lock him down so the referee has to stand them back up. I don't see a submission from that.
And Randy, the referee does have that latitude. However, it would be very uncommon from side control. And I'll put it as uncommon as I've never seen it before. I believe Moffett is going to be able to stay in this position until, and Knight's the one that needs to figure that out. Knight must advance this position even to be eligible for it to be stood back up.
Yep. Knight's got to get his feet back in this fight. He can't allow Bobby Moffett to sit here in cross-side position and ride the minutes out, the seconds out in this round.
Very frustrating for Knight. Knight is trying to fight more than Moffett is. Moffett understands strategy. If he stays here, he's going to be able to run out a lot of clock.
Round 3 is halfway gone. You can see those live odds swinging heavily in the favor of Bobby Moffett. Jason Knight's going to have to get off his back to make something happen.
And Randy, you don't know anything about this from Moffitt's standpoint because you've never been tired in a fight, but I have. I have been exhausted, and I have done that math. And I'm telling myself if I'm Moffett, I'm in side control. Referee can't bring it up. I'm not hitting him. He's not eating me. I'm going to win this round. Right or wrong, that is what Moffett is thinking right now, and I think that he might be onto something. Ray Seffel might not come congratulate him after the fight, but he could be onto something in terms of judging the psychology of the officials.
Jason Knight once again talking, I think this time to Bobby Moffett, maybe trying to spur his opponent to some more desperate action, which would create space. Not the worst strategy if you're pinned otherwise.
Moffett content with that deep waist. Just capturing those hips of Jason Knight. Now Knight scrambling a little bit.
Moffett will step around to the back. No hooks in yet. Knight getting all the way up.
And you're going to see a real sense of urgency here by Moffett. He does not want to let Jason Knight go. He wants to grind this out on the mat. He's going to work hard to return him here.
Double leg, and he does just that. Once again, Jason Knight finds himself underneath the pressure of Bobby Moffett with 1 minute remaining.
Moffett trying to climb into half guard here, or half mount, as you like to call it, Sean.
Moffett using that shoulder, trying to turn the chin away. Again, he's just trying to frustrate Knight. The more he can frustrate him, the longer he can keep him here, which Moffett sees to his advantage.
And we're down to 35 seconds left in the third period. Had it one round apiece. You know, that takedown and control in the top position could be the difference in this fight right now.
They
30 seconds left for Knight to make something happen, and the referee stand up.
Stood him up from half guard. The referee has the right to do that, but I will tell you that is unusual.
Check hook there from Moffett, who once again looks pretty solid on the feet. The onus is on Knight, and he's moving forward. Bobby Moffett grabs a hold of Jason Knight one more time to end this featherweight showcase.
Close.
3 5-minute rounds in the books. Another grueling performance from Bobby Moffett. In 2 PFL bouts, we've seen him go the distance with Bubba Jenkins. That was in a loss. Will we see him get this one on the right side of the ledger? Cageonomics Stats Bundle presented by Geico. Bobby Moffett, 65 of 86 of his total strikes landed. You can see those ground strikes and the takedowns. Will that be the difference? We'll see what the judges say when we return. Welcome back. Sean O'Connell, Randy Couture, Chael Sonnen beside the PFL Smart Cage. Fighter performance rating exclusive to the PFL and brought to you by Rich Energy. First round went to Jason Knight. Round 2 and 3 go to Bobby Moffett, according to the algorithm. Let's take a look at the latest addition to our PFL Smart Cage, the calculated kick speed, exclusive to the PFL and powered by SMT. How fast can Bobby Moffett throw a kick? At least 40 miles an hour. And that one digs into the body. Scored with that a couple of times. Kick speed powered by SMT. Gotta love that. All right, we knew that fighter performance rating gives 2 rounds to Bobby Moffett. That's good enough for a win. Randy Couture and Chael Sonnen would agree with the Smart Cage and algorithm. The official judges, well, Lillian has that decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored the bout 29-28. For your winner by unanimous decision, Bobby Moffett!
A howl from the Wolfman, who breaks a little bit of a losing skid. Successful the first time in the PFL Smart Cage. And worth noting, Ian Parker, the Duck, cashes on that one. He told us that Bobby Moffett would win.